All right, so 23 is the side-side angle case. And so as I said on the worksheet that we did last time, I said the book assignment would do the same thing. To make it just a little bit less complicated, angle A, or the angle given to you will always be called angle A. You'll always be given side A, and you'll always be given side B. So anytime we worry about side-side angle, we will give you A, B, and angle A, just to make it as easy as possible. So notice the book does the same thing. If you scan questions 23 through 32, they all give you angle A, side B, because those are side-side angles. So the directions say solve, and if two solutions exist, find both. So solve means find all angles and all sides. So I need to find angle B, side C, and angle C. I need to find all the missing pieces. Okay, well, the directions gave me a hint here. There could be two solutions, or there may be no solutions. So I need to be careful that I know what I'm looking for. So this is where I don't think you should use your flow chart in class, because you've got to practice being winging off of it. You don't get this provided for you on the quiz. But when you're home and you're stuck, this is what you should look at. I've got side-side angle. For this question, the angle given to me is obtuse, so I have to check these two things. If A is the biggest angle, side A has to be the biggest side. That would make sense, and if it is, I get one triangle. If it's not, then it doesn't make sense and I get no triangles. So looking at the numbers provided to me, angle A is the biggest, side A is the biggest. So that's fine. That means there is one unique triangle. Okay, that's not an answer, but the significance of that is, that means now I'll just use the law of sines, and whatever numbers I get are the numbers I get. I don't have to question whether they actually work, and I don't have to question whether there's a other case to be found out there. So I could do sine of B over B and sine of A over A. Cross multiply, or just multiply both sides by 100. And to get it from sine of B equals to B equals, it is inverse sine, not inverse cosine. This isn't the law of cosines, this is the law of sines, so it's going to have sines in the formula. Make sure your calculator is in degree mode, and other than that, your calculator should handle the rest of that. Okay, if you eventually get it typed in right. So it looks like angle B is 48.743 degrees. Now, I anticipate that I might need this exact value later. I'm rounding it here because it's part of my answer. I don't want my answer to have 8 or 9 decimals. No one wants to look at all that. But I want to keep up with it so that it doesn't make these get further and further from their exact answer. So I don't know for sure I'm going to use it, but I'm going to store it in for B just in case. Okay, now for side C and angle C, let's say I just jump into the formula and I say side C divided by the angle C is equal to A over sine of A or B over sine of B. Completely your choice which one you use. My advice to you is use A and angle A. Just in case you made a mistake on part B, angle B, I wouldn't want that to domino and mess you up more. Try to use what's given to you, even though technically they should be the exact same. So if I just jump into the formula too quickly, I realize, well, wait a second. I've got two unknowns here. I've got to get that down to a single unknown. So in this case, we should be able to find angle C without any new law of sines formula. Since all three angles of a triangle add up to 180, and now I have the other two, 180 minus what I got for angle B minus what was given to me for angle A is what we should get for angle C, 21.257. Now, I anticipate that I'm going to need that. So again, I'm going to store that in for C. I don't want to use that rounded amount in my work. So I might write 21.257 here, but when I actually solve this in my calculator, I'm actually going to put angle C, so it's exact. So multiply both sides by the sine of B, or sine of C, I'm sorry, 125 times the sine of C divided by the sine of 110 gives me what I believe to be the length of side C. Okay, so a week ago, I was kind of throwing a fit about when you make big fractions like this, you need parentheses around your numerator and denominator. So why am I not doing that on this? Why was it so important last week, but not important now? Okay, so remember in order of operations, you do multiplication and division at the same go from left to right. So it actually multiply these together first, which is what I want, and then divide those later. So it just doesn't mess up order of operations. If you have any doubt whether you need parentheses around your numerator and denominator, just do it because it won't hurt anything. Okay, so I don't always like to solve the triangles because it takes a little bit longer because I have to figure everything out. But now my advantage is if I've got everything in front of me, I can quickly check my biggest side was A, my biggest angle was A. I guess I really checked that at the start. But now I can also see my smallest side is C, so my smallest angle better be angle C. Either one of those two things is true, then it doesn't work out. In fact, last period, I worked a question and I had a mistake. The next to last step, I just hit a wrong button in the calculator. But because I checked this, I knew something was wrong. It took me 5 minutes to find my mistake, but at least I knew there was a mistake. So please make that part of your check. But I know that there's one triangle. I know that these numbers actually work. I know there's no second possibility because of this flow chart. They gave me side-side angle. The angle they gave to me was obtuse, so this is all I had to check. If A is the biggest side, one triangle. If A is not the biggest side, no triangle.